Hi guys. So I found that even with my autoimmune issues, and it's really hard some days to even get out of bed, let alone think about moving my muscles and my joints, that you have to keep going. And one of the best ways is to be as supported as possible and not to strain the things that are bugging you. So sometimes movement is better than anything else that you can do, as much willpower and mind power as it takes. So I'm going to show you some exercises using the art barrel and two 2-pound balls for the arms. So we're going to go through the footwork. It's nice because you're sitting, so it's not as hard on the shoulders. I find that it's not as hard on the feet as well, on the foot bar. So let's start, shall we? So I have 2 reds and a blue on, so it's a little bit lighter because I don't want to, my feet really hurt usually, and same with my hands and my wrists. So those are probably the most painful parts. But it does go into my knees, my hips, my spine, everything. So what can you do, right? You can move. So starting with your feet in an easy V, right, the ball of the second toes on, and you're sitting up and you're engaging through the core to stay upright. And you're gonna press and come back in and press. And it's actually quite nice to sit up while you do it. You can see what's going on. Press out and in. You can press out. From here you can even lower the heels and lift them up, lower the heels and lift them up. You can feel and move through whatever you sort of feel is comfortable. So if having the heels lifted bugs you, you can lower and lift the heels a bit. So you move through and come up and come in. Then you're going to do heels on, okay? Next foot position, press and in, and press and in, press and press. We're going to come back to this one in a second, okay? But this is more stable because you're pressing from the heels and it goes into the hips. Press and in. Good. Toes are on, heels are high. So now it's not in a V, it says parallel. So it's about stabilizing. You're going to press and extend and come in. Press and extend and come in and extend and in. Really keeping the weight in the big toe, second toe. That's the weight bearing center of the foot. And as you press out and in, you're lengthening the legs as best as you can. Press out and lower the heels and lift and lower and lift. Good. Lower and lift. Now here's the thing that we can do with this. Keeping the heels lowered, you can see that you can slowly start to roll back a little and then slowly lift and come up and exhale. And you're going to go back, inhale and exhale. So I'm actually using the barrel to support my spine as I'm using my core to roll down it with control and roll back up. Good. And roll down and roll back up. It's pretty effective for the abdominals. One more. Good. And come up and then sweep on. I can already feel my calves really working. So with my my autoimmune issues, I've stopped being able to use my quads. They just don't work. They just stop altogether. So I can get everything else in my body to work, but my quads. So I think I posted up before how I was just doing the lifts at the one gym that I teach at for Ford Canada, and that helps me activate them, but I don't have very much given them. So it's not awesome, but that's okay. So we're gonna go, you can do heels on, right? If you want, this is more stable, or you can do toes on. So if your feet are bugging you, actually I think I'm gonna switch and do heels on today. So you're gonna press and in, and still try to stay upright. Soften the belly. Good. breath. So now we're gonna add the ball work. So this adds the arms, it adds a little bit, okay, it adds a whole lot of core. So that's just the leg work. We're gonna go back to heels on. Now, because it's heels on, I just noticed my stopper is out a little bit. So I'm just moving my stopper back in. So I'm at 2 and 2. And you're gonna take the arms out, okay? Ignore the bottom of my feet. It's summer, they're a little bit dirty. That's okay, it means that you're having fun. So you're gonna press out and come in. Barely hanging onto the balls. If you're squeezing like crazy, you're taking energy away from what should be working. So arms are down, shoulders wide. Good, and we're gonna go right. 1 and down, and 2, good, and 3. Make sure you're not arching back, okay? And 5, and down, left side. 1, and 2, and in, and 3. Nice deep breaths. And 5, and down. Ready? Right, left. Switch, 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 switch. Nice deep breaths. Good. 2 and 1. Hold it for 1, and then switch again. So now you're switching which one's pressing and which one's coming in. Soften the belly. Good. Let's go for 2 and 1, and bring it in. Good. So we're gonna switch, and we're gonna take the heels just about hip width, but out to the sides. Okay, palms up. We're gonna go out and in, out and in, out, in, out, in. Good. Out. Good. And 2. Good. And 1. Good. Now you're gonna go up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Now, I'm not squeezing in the neck. I'm not going up like that. Okay. You're just keeping down. So use the lats. Get the shoulder blades down the back. Use your core. Good. 2 and 1 and down and come on in. Feel pretty good? Oh, you know. So now we're gonna go ahead and press out. You're gonna reach an arm back, nice rotation, and come back in. Go to the other side, reach it back, and come back in. Good, we're gonna reach. You're gonna slide. So let yourself go down the barrel, pull yourself back up the barrel, and come back in. Right, if you need, to a bend and a press. Ready? Other side, reach, slide down the barrel, come back up the barrel, and come back in. Good, and a press, right? If you're starting to go into your neck, and if you're like really in your arms in a bad way, get rid of the weights, or go down to 1 pound weights. Just grab some soup cans. Okay, so we're back here. Now, we're gonna go ahead and go over, and we're gonna go 1, and up, and 2, and up. Make sure you're using your core. 3, and up. Good. 4, and up. Good. 5, and up. Bend and press. Again. 1, and lean, and up. Left side's not so coordinated. 2, and up. 3, and up. 4, and up. Good. And 5, and up. And then come in. Good. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. You can play around with it. The big thing is you're using your core, you're stabilized. Go with as light or as heavy springs as you want to, depending on your day, and just get yourself moving appropriately. So it's a great little exercise that moves and gets every single part of the body, gets the core, gets the arms, gets the legs moving. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day, guys.